Okay, so we've had a look at PEL paragraphs, or PEE or PEL paragraphs, which we use when we're arguing. We've had a look at PETA paragraphs, which is what we use when we're identifying language features and language techniques and that kind of thing. We're now going to look at where you would start a new paragraph if you're just writing prose, if you're just writing to entertain, because you will be asked to do that. So remember, we will start a new paragraph when we skip to a new time. So a transition in time. When we skip to a new place in the story. With dialogue, so when someone new begins to speak. And also for dramatic effect. So we're going to have a look through this, and what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to tell you to pause the video, and you're going to have a go at identifying why I've started a new paragraph. So this is a short extract from a longer piece of text. Now, we start off here with an introductory paragraph, so it's an introduction to the chapter, so no one knew exactly what the plan was. We've been hiking for days away from the city. What was clear? That was staying in the city was more dangerous by far than moving into the unknown. Already the absolute breakdown and chaos had spawned small gangs of looters, taking advantage of the lack of order to lay their claim on streets and buildings. So, why have I not started a new paragraph? Pause the video. Jot it down now. Okay, so this new paragraph here has been started because we are moving on to a new time. We've set the scene. Now we're talking about the preparations, which have occurred sometime after. You could also argue that this has been started because of a change in place as well. We've gone from a big overview of the city to a small overview of our little group. So that is a sort of change in place as well. So all six of us had loaded what we could carry into 2 jeeps. They were army jeeps, abandoned by the soldiers that had used them. Did that make us the same as the looters in the games who now ruled the Doom City? Perhaps. So pause the video now and try and identify why I've started this new paragraph. Okay, so this new paragraph has definitely been started because it's a change in location. We've gone from a city to roads leading up into the mountains. So we've got a change there. So this paragraph is describing the drive through the mountains, and it ends with this. It took us 3 hours to travel a mile, but it wouldn't have even been possible in a normal car. Greg was sitting next to me in the first Jeep. So, pause the video. Why have I started this next paragraph? Okay, so yes, I've started this next paragraph because we've got someone speaking. So Greg here says, the city will burn, you know. Greg was a pessimist, a structural engineer who saw the potential for chaos and disaster in everything, even before it happened for real. So pause the video now. Why have I started the next paragraph? Yeah, good. I've started the next paragraph because someone else is speaking. In this case, Sam. So she says, why? What do you mean it will burn? Sam queried. It was her cabin we were heading to. It belonged to her parents. If Greg had said something after that, then we wouldn't have had to change paragraphs. We wouldn't have to start a new paragraph. But because it's someone else speaking, we have to change paragraphs. So, pause the video. Why have I started a new paragraph after that sentence? It belonged to her parents. Yeah, we've started because the conversation has gone back to Greg. So Greg is replying to Sam. So we start a new paragraph. So he's saying hundreds of thousands of electronic devices, no fire service to put out or contain small fires that occur almost daily in any large city. And that's before you count deliberate arson. I give it a week. So it ends with, we were silent for some time. Sam valiantly changed the subject. So why have I started a new paragraph now? Pause the video. And again, we're seeing this. We've got another person speaking now. The conversation has gone back to Sam, so we start a new paragraph. And she says, we're not far now. There's a small shop in a couple of miles. It might have some supplies we can. And why have I started this new paragraph here? Pause the video. Right, we've started this new paragraph here for dramatic effect. It's a piece of action, a shot rang out, fracturing the window in a spiderweb pattern. So, essentially what I've done here is I've started a new paragraph just to throw the reader a bit, to tell the reader that something dramatic, something has occurred. So, essentially that is how you paragraph A piece of prose text, a piece of text, a piece of fiction, or a piece of text that isn't particularly persuasive, it's not trying to argue a point, and it's not analytical either, it's not analysing something. So have a go at the activity now, the creative writing activity.